This muscle here, that's shaped like a delta, is your deltoid muscle. And moving to the anterior side, this is your subscapularis. And right here on the top, I'll flip it. Over here, this would be your supraspinatus. And I'm going to take the deltoid muscle off. Right here, this region is your infraspinatus. And underneath that is your teres minor. And underneath that is your teres major. Now moving back to the front is your biceps brachii. Then if I take this off, this is your brachialis. If I put this back on, this is your brachialis right here. You could see like it's brachialis is sitting right underneath the biceps brachii. Brachialis. Now to your triceps muscles. On the posterior end is your triceps brachii, this region. So this is your long head of triceps brachii, your lateral head of your triceps brachii, and this is your triceps brachii, the medial head. Now going back to the front, your biceps brachii, brachialis, and then this is your brachioradialis right here. And next to them are your extensor carpi radialis muscles. So this is your brachioradialis. This one is your extensor carpi radialis longus. And right underneath or next to that is your extensor carpi radialis brevis. Okay, going back here. So remember, this was your brachioradialis. Sitting next to that is your pronator teres. Then your flexor carpi radialis. Then your palmaris longus. And then your flexor carpi ulnaris. Flexor carpi ulnaris. Moving back to your extensor muscles, this is your extensor digitorum. And remember, this here, sitting here, is your extensor carpi radialis brevis. Now to your supinator. Your supinator is going to lie underneath the brachioradialis and your extensor carpi radialis muscles. So if I take this off, this is your supinator. And next to that is your pronator teres. Now moving on to your fingers. Oh wait, hold on. I'm going to take it off. So I'm going to put this back on. This was your extensor carpi radialis brevis, and right next to that is your abductor, ABD, abductor pollicis longus. And then moving on to your thumb muscles, known as the thenar muscles of your thumb. Right here, this is your abductor pollicis brevis muscle. Right here. And then deep to this is your opponent's pollicis muscle.
What is that? I don't see it.
And right here on this side, this would be your flexor pollicis brevis muscle.
Yeah.
And the lumbricals, oh sorry, you can see it on your palmar side right here. This is your lumbricals. And your palmar interosseous lie deep to your lumbricals, and they're in between each of these digits right here. So these muscles in between. Your palmar interosseous and your dorsal interosseous muscles are right here on your dorsal side. Tongue twisters. And then your extensor retinaculum is right here because you know your extensor muscles are right here. So your extensor digitorum and your extensor carpi ulnaris. So this is your extensor retinaculum. And then the flexor retinaculum is on your palmar side because it helps you flex. So flexor retinaculum right here and your flexor muscles. So here it is, your pronator teres, your flexor carpi radialis, palmaris longus, and your extensor retinaculum. Now going on to the nerves. So over here was a subscapularis muscle. This nerve here, this is your axillary nerve. From here, this is the brachial plexus. So coming down here, this nerve here, this is your median nerve. Taking this off, this median nerve continues down here. Your ulnar nerve is right here. Again, extending down from here to your ulnar. And the musculocutaneous is underneath the biceps. So this would be your musculocutaneous nerve.